So Meta has finally, officially announced the Meta Quest 3S, which takes the same processor as the Meta Quest 3, but makes it cheaper. Plus, Meta announced that they are discontinuing 3 VR headsets and dropping the price of the Quest 3. It's been a busy day. So what is the difference between the Quest 3, the Quest 3S and the Quest 2? What's gone and what's new? And will Quest 3 accessories work with the new 3S? We're going to get into all of that right here, right now. Let's get into it. So the Quest 3S is what you would get if the Quest 2 and the Quest 3 decided to have a baby. And the good part is that there's certainly lots of similarities that it's kept from the Quest 3. It has the same chip as the Quest 3, which is the Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2 chipset, which is double the power of the Quest 2. It also has the same amount of RAM, 8 RAM, as the Quest 3, which is 2 gig more RAM than the Quest 2. The controllers are the same as well, so no longer will you have to bother or worry about the ringed controllers. It now has the same ringless controllers as the Quest 3. There are also full color pass-through cameras on the 3S, similar to the Quest 3, to give you that full immersive mixed reality gaming. Accessing it on the 3S is slightly differently, because on the Quest 3 you just tap the side for it to switch between mixed reality and not, and on the 3S they put a dedicated button underneath for switching between the 2 different modes, and for some people they're going to find that easier to use. So on the new Quest 3S, the raw power from the Quest 3 to allow you to run everything that the Quest 3 can do is there on the new 3S. However, it's not all good news, because some compromises did have to be made in order to reach that lower price point of the 3S. And some of those compromises might be a deal breaker for you. First is the design. It has more in common with the Quest 2 than it does the Quest 3 in looks. However, it is 20% thinner than the Quest 2, and it's actually 1 gram lighter than the Quest 3. However, because it's a slightly more bulkier design, it will feel heavier to wear because, well, the headset juts out more and further away from your face. And as rumoured, there is no headphone jack on the 3S. They have completely removed it. So if you do use headphones, you're now going to have to use the USB-C port on the other side of the headset, and either use a USB-C cable for audio or use a 3.5mm to USB-C adapter, or use Bluetooth headphones to connect to your headset. The biggest change and the biggest difference between the 3S and the 3 though is in the lenses and the screen, because Meta has dropped the pancake lenses from the Quest 3 and added the Fresnel lenses from the Quest 2 to the 3S. It also brings over the 3 fixed point adjustment IPD settings from the Quest 2 to the 3S, rather than the continuously variable IPD settings that you can get with the 3. And I know that's going to annoy some people, including me. And screen-wise, the 3S is taking the screen from the Quest 3 rather than the Quest 2, so you are going to get lower resolution compared to the Quest 3. So the resolution of the 2 and now the 3S is 1832 by 1920 per eye, compared to the 2064 by 2208 of the Quest 3. So you do get 30% more screen resolution with the Quest 3 than you do get or will get with the 3S. Now, changing the screens actually has a benefit here, because that lower screen resolution actually gives the Quest 3S a better battery life than the Quest 3, even though it has a smaller battery. So there's a 4,324 mAh battery in the new 3S compared to the 5,060 mAh one that's in the Quest 3. However, Meta is saying from battery life perspective, whilst you get 2 hours of battery life in the Quest 3, the Quest 3S will give you battery life of 2.5 hours. So you actually get an advantage by running a lower resolution screen. And of course, we can't forget all accessories, because, you know, the elastic head strap and things that come with it, you're probably going to be accessorizing it as soon as you can to make it more comfortable. So we've got Quest 2 accessories and Quest 3 accessories, and well, what's going to work with the Quest 3S? And the answer is a little bit of everything. So if you've got lens covers, then because it uses the same lenses as the Quest 2, then you need to get Quest 2 lenses that will then work with the 3S. However, if you want to use like head straps, for instance, then it has the same arms as the Quest 3. So any Quest 3 head strap is pretty much going to work with the 3S as well. Same with controller covers, because it uses the new controller rather than the old ringed one on the Quest 2. Facial interfaces aren't going to work, and I'm not too sure what's happening there. They definitely don't work with the Quest 3 ones. I wouldn't have thought they'd be backwards compatible with Quest 2 ones, so companies are going to have to come up with yet another version of a facial interface. It is a little bit annoying that Meta couldn't have gone one way or the other and said, right, we'll make it either that version or that. But there you go. At least all the existing head straps will work with the new 3S. So to sum the Meta Quest 3S up, you can think of it as having the same brain as the Quest 3, but with poorer eyesight. And that same brain part is crucial to allow it to run all the games and everything that the Quest 3 can. Because there are some games coming out now that are just Quest 3 only. Games like Batman Arkham Shadows or Alien Rogue Incursion. Quest 2 users are not going to be able to play those games. So being able to get into VR, play those games, and at the same price that the Quest 2 was when it was originally launched is awesome. So what are the prices, I hear you say? And didn't I say that some were being discontinued? Well, yes I did. Because as of today, the Quest 2 is discontinued. They are also discontinuing the Meta Quest Pro, and they've discontinued the 128 gig model of the Quest 3. What they have done is then taken the 512 gig model of the Quest 3 and dropped the price by $150 down to $499. And that's an awesome price for that headset. And the Meta Quest 3S is coming out in two versions, a 128 gig model costing $299 and a 256 gig model costing $399. They will be available from October the 15th with pre-orders being taken now. So I will put links to all of these in the description down below so that you can go check them out for yourself. And if you do buy a VR headset now, you will get Batman Arkham Shadows for free, and you will get 3 months access to the Oculus Quest Plus subscription service, where you get 2 free games every month. The links down below are affiliate links, so they do help this channel out, but you don't have to use them if you don't want to. So are you going to get the new 3S? Are you going to save up for a Meta Quest 3? And what do you think if you've already got a Quest 2? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you want to check out some more VR content, then check the link up here somewhere. If you've enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and share it. Consider subscribing if you're not. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.